All right, so I'm gonna get straight into the video. No intro, no nothing. We're just gonna hop straight into it. Okay, so this video is really about how I would book the women's division. How can WWE creative change the women's division for the next couple months up until WrestleMania. So I'm gonna try my best to do this video, explain it good. You know what I'm saying? Like, how could you put the women's division up until WrestleMania in Dallas? So without further ado, I'm gonna get started. So we all know what happened Saturday night at SummerSlam. We had Becky Lynch return, and she squashed Bianca Belair in 27 seconds. Some people said it was like a 10 seconds, 20 seconds. So she squashed Bianca Belair in like 20 something seconds. Many fans were pissed about it. They were calling Becky Charlotte 2.0, Brock Lesnar, and oh, she's selfish. You know, I do actually agree with them. You know, that I just feel like Becky was kind of selfish, but hey, it's Daddy Vince. You gotta listen to what Vince says, you know. And I think Becky Lynch, you know, I think she was okay with it. She was like, okay. I love Becky. Don't get me wrong. I love Becky Lynch, but if I was Becky Lynch, I would have told Vince, like, hey, let's go 15, 20 minutes. Let's give Bianca 15, 20 minutes. I'll make her look good and I'll put her over. You know what I'm saying? I'll let Bianca retain. So yeah. Okay. So Becky, the news broke out. She's gonna be a top heel on SmackDown. Okay. So Bianca, she comes back. You know, she feuds with Becky. Up until October is when the draft is. Okay. So she feuds with Becky, right? So the next pay-per-view is Extreme Rules. So you do a Becky versus Bianca match, or you could do a triple threat between Becky, Sasha, and Bianca. And who goes over? Either Becky or Sasha goes over. Most likely Becky goes over. Okay. So Becky goes over. She beat Sasha and Bianca in a triple threat at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Now, when the draft comes, you send Bianca over to Raw. You send Rhea Ripley over to SmackDown. Hey. So you send Bianca to Raw, send Rhea to SmackDown in the draft in October. Now, there's a Queen of the Ring tournament coming up. All right. So this is when two women of the NXT women's division come into play. All right. So you have Dakota Kai, you have Io Shirai. You take them, you bring them to Monday Night Raw. So that will leave you with Dakota Kai, Io Shirai, Bianca. Who else? Shayna Baszler. Charlotte. There's really not a women's division on Raw. The women's division on Raw sucks. So yeah. Okay, so use the Queen of the Ring tournament. All right. You build the Queen of the Ring tournament around Dakota Kai, Io Shirai, and Toni Storm. Those are the three women you build that Queen of the Ring tournament around. Now, you can't forget about Naomi, because there's talks of her joining the Bloodline and turning heel and all this, but we don't know what WWE has planned for Naomi as of right now. So we're gonna scratch her out. I'm sorry for you Naomi fans. I love Naomi, but we don't know what they're gonna do with Naomi. I don't know what they're gonna do with Liv Morgan. They took her off TV instantly after Money in the Bank. I don't know. She might be the next one getting released, but hey, back to what I was saying. You use the Queen of the Ring tournament around Dakota Kai, Io Shirai, and Toni Storm. All right. So who wins the Queen of the Ring? That's a good question. Actually, I'll add Liv Morgan. We're gonna build that around Liv Morgan too. Okay. So Dakota Kai, Io Shirai, Liv Morgan, and Toni Storm. So who goes over and wins the whole thing? Okay. Get Liv Morgan. Now, if Liv Morgan wins the whole thing, you use Liv Morgan You set up a title match between Becky and Liv Morgan. Whoever's the SmackDown Women's Champion by Survivor Series is probably going to be Becky. So you do Becky versus Liv Morgan at a later date or something like that. Maybe at the TLC pay-per-view. I don't know. So if you use long-term booking, you can do Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan at the TLC pay-per-view after Becky gets done with Charlotte at Survivor Series or whatever. So Liv Morgan wins the Queen of the Ring tournament. She goes on to face Becky at the TLC pay-per-view after Survivor Series. She loses. Now this is where the New Year's pay-per-view comes in. All right. Now I'm gonna mention Dakota Kai, Io, Toni Storm. Those are my 3 women. Okay. So we're gonna build the Royal Rumble up around Dakota Kai, Toni Storm, and Io Shirai. But we gotta get to the New Year's pay-per-view first. All right. So the Royal Rumble is rumored to be in February. Now, if you put the Royal Rumble in February, you take away the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view in March. So New Year's pay-per-view, New Year's Day pay-per-view in Atlanta, then Royal Rumble in February, no pay-per-view in March, WrestleMania in April. Okay. So this is where the New Year's pay-per-view comes in. You take away the Elimination Chamber gimmick pay-per-view, you put the Elimination Chamber on the New Year's Day pay-per-view. Now you set up a men's Elimination Chamber match and a women's Elimination Chamber match. Now for the women, you take there's usually like 6 people in there, right? So you take 3 from Raw, 3 from SmackDown. All right, my 3 from Raw is gonna be Dakota Kai, Io, and who else is on Raw? Because this show is, the women's division on Raw is garbage, man. So you got Dakota Kai, Io Shirai. I'm leaving Bianca out because Bianca's gonna take down Charlotte at the New Year's pay-per-view. So yeah, Bianca takes down Charlotte either at the New Year's pay-per-view or the Royal Rumble. So yeah, if WWE does the long-term booking route. So it could be Dakota Kai, Io. You know what? Why not? I gotta throw in Nikki Ash in there. So that would be from the Raw side, even though I don't care about Nikki Ash for real. But we're just gonna throw her in there. And then on the SmackDown side, you throw in Toni Storm, Liv Morgan, and who else? Who else do we throw in there? Sasha Banks. Or maybe we take out Sasha. No, we're not taking out Sasha. I'm gonna stick with those 6 with the Elimination Chamber because there's 6 Elimination Chamber competitors in the match. You get 3 from Raw, 3 from SmackDown. You get Dakota Kai, you get Io, you get Nikki. SmackDown, you get Toni, Sasha, and oh my God, who did I leave out? Liv Morgan. Rhea's gonna challenge Becky for the title at the New Year's Day pay-per-view. And their rivalry is probably gonna go into the New Year's, into the Royal Rumble in February. All right, so you do the Elimination Chamber match, and the stipulation is the winner of the Elimination Chamber match between all those 6 women will get the number 30 spot at the Royal Rumble. I just booked one of the matches for the New Year's pay-per-view, so. Hopefully I'm making sense to what I'm trying to say. Hopefully, yeah, I mean, y'all can agree with me, y'all can disagree with me. Feel free to leave your opinion in the comments. But whoever wins that Elimination Chamber match should get the number 30 spot in the Women's Royal Rumble match. Same thing with the men. So yeah. So I would have mainly Dakota Kai win that match. All right. Now you get Dakota Kai some wins. You give her some momentum. No. Don't get that. Don't get that to Dakota Kai. My fault. I'm tripping. Actually, you give it to Toni. All right. So Toni Storm wins. She gets the number 30 spot in the Women's Royal Rumble. So you get to the Royal Rumble. Don't let Toni Storm win it. I would actually let Dakota Kai win it. So you build the entire Women's Royal Rumble around Dakota Kai. All right. We're not gonna leave Io. We're not leaving Io out. All right. So you give all the women the momentum. Oh God, this is 10 minutes already. So give the women the momentum they need. Give them some wins going into the Royal Rumble. We get to the Royal Rumble in February, right? Now, Toni Storm is number 30. All right. So Dakota's in, Io's in. All the women I just named are in the Royal Rumble. All right. Rhea's gonna have something going on with Becky for the SmackDown Women's title. All right. All right. So Royal Rumble gets here. All right. You let Dakota Kai win on the Raw side. All right. You throw Charlotte in the midst. You have Dakota eliminate Charlotte last to win it. All right. Io, she's in there. So how you would set it up is the final four. This is your final four women in the Royal Rumble. All right. Dakota Kai, Io Shirai, Toni Storm, and Charlotte. All right. So Io gets eliminated. Toni gets eliminated. Then Dakota Kai eliminates Charlotte. Then she wins the entire Royal Rumble. But before the Royal Rumble, you gotta let Dakota go undefeated. All right. You gotta give her that momentum. All right. So Dakota, she wins the Royal Rumble. Okay. So no pay-per-view in March. So that would set up your Raw Championship match between Dakota and Bianca at WrestleMania. Because Bianca's going to be the Raw Women's Champion if I was to book it. So, yeah. So Bianca's your Raw Women's Champion after she takes down Charlotte. And who knows? Charlotte, I don't think Charlotte's going to be in WWE for that long anyway. She might be headed to AEW with her fiance Andrade. Who knows? Because I think Charlotte is sensing that she wants to leave. So, yeah. So, Charlotte, she gets thrown out last by Dakota. Dakota wins the whole Royal Rumble. All right. So, that's your Raw Championship match. Dakota Kai versus Bianca Belair at WrestleMania for the Raw Women's title. All right. And Io, after Io, we're going to save Io for later. All right. So, on the SmackDown side, for the SmackDown Championship match at WrestleMania, okay, you have Toni Storm be the one to take down Becky. So, how we'll book it is on SmackDown. Who's the women that I mentioned from SmackDown? You have them compete in a tournament, right? Or in a fatal four-way #1 contenders match. The winner faces the champion at WrestleMania. Or you can do a fatal four-way match at WrestleMania for the title. But if you're going to do a #1 contenders match for the title, okay, you give me Rhea, give me Toni Storm, give me, give me Naomi, give me Liv, all right? But what about Sasha? Well, I kind of don't want to see rematches between Sasha and Becky. So, yeah. So, Sasha plays a part in it. She wants Becky. She's still chasing after the SmackDown Women's title. But if Naomi is a heel, she might be chasing Becky and Sasha. But that gives you 3 heels. We don't need 3 heels. All right? So, you have... I'd rather keep it one-on-one at WrestleMania. So, you have Toni Storm beat Sasha. Who else? Oh my God, did I get lost? Did I just get lost, man? Okay, you have Toni Storm beat Sasha. Who else was in the Royal Rumble? Liv. Who else? Rhea would be done with Becky. And Rhea's going to fail to beat Becky, so you've got to throw Rhea in there. And then you throw in Sasha. And I think Sasha's gonna work this Brock Lesnar type schedule. So yeah, so it'll be Toni Storm, Rhea. It could be Liv or Naomi, or it could be Sasha. You have them fight. You have them fight it out. Fatal 4-way #1 contenders match. Winner faces Becky at WrestleMania for the SmackDown Women's title. All right. So Toni Storm goes over. Now you have Toni Storm come in. She beats the underdog. You know, Becky thinks she's not good enough or whatever, you know, to be on the same level as her or to be ass on top or whatever. So make Toni the underdog. So if they do the Fatal 4-way #1 contenders match, you have Toni Storm go over. Then you set up Toni Storm versus Becky at WrestleMania for the championship. All right. Toni Storm goes over. Toni Storm dethrones Becky. Dakota dethrones Bianca. Bam. Or you could do a Fatal 4-way at Mania. No. We'll leave them out. Just keep it one-on-one between Toni and Becky, and then Dakota and Bianca on the Raw side. So yeah, Dakota and Toni take down both champions on their respective side, and yeah, that's how I do it. And then Io gets built up, and then Io takes it off Dakota at SummerSlam. Bam! And then Rhea Ripley gets what she wants when she takes it off Toni Storm. Or no, Rhea. Bam. But hopefully y'all get what I'm saying. At least y'all getting something out of this. So let me know what y'all thought, man. Let me know in the comments. Feel free to leave your opinion in the comments. I respect all your opinions. Yeah, man. I'll see you guys tonight for Monday Night Raw. That's how I would put the women's division. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.